Hello, everybody. Welcome to meeting number 255, the two most important years. Uh, I hate going back here, but and I'm so happy, like I said in the caption, that I'm done with those 2 years. But again, when you look back and think about those 2 years, there's so many things that actually enter into your head, right? Apart from the JEE syllabus and formulas. Now, for me, it was just very basic. It was actually really sad because I didn't really have a life back then. It was basically just books, college, friends, and then back home. Again, books, college, friends, and then back home. So I know for a fact that all of us had different experiences in those 2 years, few good, few bad. But before we move forward with the meeting and see what Toastmaster Shivansh has to say about those two most important years, I would like to tell you guys about the three golden rules that we follow in Toastmasters meeting. Rule number one, please keep your noise making devices such as your phones on silent. Please take 5 minutes to do so.
It will gladly take 5 minutes.
I mean, 5 seconds, sorry. Okay. Golden rule number two, when a speaker is on the stage, please ensure that you do not move around. In case you want to exit the meeting room, make sure you do so when applause is going on. Rule number three is, even though Toastmasters provides us an opportunity to express ourselves to the fullest, when it comes to certain controversial topics or sensitive topics such as race, religion, and sex, make sure you put it in such a way that it does not offend others. That's all from my end. Now I'll call upon the dice. Our presiding officer, Toastmaster Sanidhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. Welcome everyone. Finally, after a lot of hiccups, we finally start the meeting. Before moving further, let me officially start the meeting. I declare meeting number 255 theme, the two most important years, open. Now, I see there are many guests wondering what is this place and why are we here, because our friends forced us to come here. But then, before we start, it is important for us to know the club mission for Toastmasters International. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience. The members are empowered, develop communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in better self-confidence and personal growth. Now, with this, there are a few announcements that I would like to make. Starting with the VP Education's office. Our Toastmaster Daksh has been announced as the program chair of Impact 7.0. He's a part of the PQD extended team. So, a round of applause. For the guests who have no clue what these things are, Impact is a contest hosted by college students for college students, wherein there are a set of contests wherein all the college students can participate, and it is organized by Toastmasters International. Number two, Toastmaster Sharanya has become the part of the PR extended team for the year 24 and 25 as a creator. Me, myself, Toastmaster Sanidhya has become part of the CGT extended team as a club extension manager. Now, moving forward, we have a new member, that is Toastmaster Samridhi. So welcome to the club, Toastmaster Samridhi. And now for the induction process, we will be hosting 3 different open houses. Now, for those of you who don't know what open house is, it's basically an event where all the members are invited and all the students can attend, where a keynote speech will be given by a speaker from Toastmasters International. And the role takers for that event will be released soon after this meeting, most probably tomorrow morning. So whoever is interested, you can go over it. Now, for the guests, I'll just brief it up what we are going to do here for this particular meeting. This meeting will have 3 different segments. First will be the prepared speeches segment, wherein all the speakers will come give a speech which they have prepared. In the second segment, it will be a table topic segment wherein your impromptu speaking skills will be tested. And number 3 will be the evaluation segment where all the speakers will be evaluated. Now, since this is the first time you guys are attending here, I would like all the guests to come onto the stage one by one and give a brief introduction. Starting with who wants to come first? Because all 4 of you have to come anyhow. Anyone? Yeah, sure.
Studying CS. Actually, I did a great speaking also. Like, if I'm really proud of the class and improve my public speaking skills.
Thank you so much. Next, one next, sitting next to Samridhi.
Daily life, this is Geeta, and I'm from AUC. And I'm actually kind of nervous and I want to improve my skills. That's why I joined them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, any of the group? Yeah.
Everyone, my name is Ananya. I'm in third year CSE and I'm from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, but my native is Tamil Nadu, Tanjore. And I like reading and listening to music.
Thank you. And yeah, on the stage.
Hello everyone, I'm Arpita. I'm from CSE third year. I'm from Chhattisgarh and I like reading. This is my hobby. And as you all know, I'm forced to be here.
I hope soon after the Lord force becomes happy to be here and we will try for that. But then yeah, that's up with the guest introductions. Now we can officially dive into the meeting. The 2 most important years. I mean, so I think yeah, our TMoD will have a lot to speak about it. So without further ado, I'll hand over the stage to Toastmaster Shivansh, who is a part-time student, full-time teacher.
Straight away, I just said the 2 most important years. And almost everyone thought just went to J 11, 12, Narayana, Chaitanya, Finji, Vidya Mandir, Allen, Pace, whatever you attended. And that is something that has always irked me. That why, yes, they were the kind of major part of those 2 years for most of you, not for me. I wasn't that much into coaching or studies at any point of my life. I just gave up as soon as I came into the world. So that has always hurt me. I thought like, yeah, why? And yeah, it was kind of painful and hard to go through by those 2 years. But in the end, that is also what kind of shapes you to be the person you are today. And I don't think we give those 2 years enough credit for what they do to our personality and just maybe the way we perceive the good world at this point. So before I dive further into the meeting, it is important to acknowledge the person because of this we are here. We have the stage and the Francis Meti, who in 1924 on 22nd of October opened a non-profit called Toastmasters. And as told by our presiding officer, what the goal of Toastmaster is, it has been the same for the last almost 100 years, just 3 months away now. At this point, Toastmasters has more than 280,000 members across 144 countries with a distribution of more than 15,000 clubs as of now. Now, as I was saying, we don't acknowledge those 2 years enough for making us the person we are today. But at the same time, the change there. See, we know remember change because at the end, if this degree doesn't work out, that is what we're going to use as a stand-up material. That is why we remember those change days. So I tell you what, in 11th and 12th, I didn't go to any coaching. I joined JEE 9, Pitchi. If any of you might know Pitchi, I joined Pitchi 9. And couple of times I even topped the exam there and did everything. But in between 10, I was just like, I don't know if it's science, I think. I'll probably go to commerce. Or maybe I'll become a lawyer and for that I need humanities. And my parents were like, okay, you can take commerce or humanities if you can give us a clear path of where your future leads to. And good question. But your question, it hurt me. So I mean, I wasn't forced into choosing science as much as I chose science because I thought, well, what the worst I can do. So I just chose science. Then I scraped through somehow, got 87, 88% in the first JEE attempt. Second JEE attempt, I got 82. Third, it was, oh yeah, third I didn't give because I vomited literal green stuff out of my mouth on the morning of the exam. Fourth JEE exam, I got again 86, 87. Fifth, because we were the lucky COVID batch, I got 73. And at that point, I thought there's no point of writing the sixth exam, just write every other BTech exam that I held anywhere. So I have written around 18 different college exams. I don't know if any of you have written that much. Yeah, see, you guys understand it. At one point, it's like there's no point of keeping anymore. Now, just like Jay kind of made me scared for pretty much every role taker here, that not exactly scared, but awaiting the evaluation from a general evaluator, which for the day is Toastmaster Sanidhya. Now, I'm really happy that Toastmaster Sanidhya gave an introduction that wasn't related to 11th and 12th somehow. So he says the most important years of his life would be the last two because he's eagerly waiting for them to come over to the general evaluator Toastmaster Sanidhya.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shivansh. And greetings everyone again. I'm back and I'll be the general evaluator for this meeting. Now, as a general evaluator, it is my job to evaluate each and every aspect that goes about this meeting. And to help me with that, I have my very own tag team, which for today is the TL team, but then it is what it is. Starting with the timer, we have Toastmaster Sharanya, who says the two most scariest years of her life were what she'll call the 11th and 12th. Over to those stage Toastmaster Sharanya.
Okay. Okay. So when I stand in this room, e-learning hall, so most of our meetings are usually held in Dharma Hall. When I stand in here, I remember just one day, the day I gave my icebreaker. And for the guests, that is the first speech you ever gave in this club. So that was, so I joined the club on 11th July 2023, and that is why the number 11 on my jacket. So talking about time, I want to say that I think all of us can see from our 11th and 12th up until now how far we have come. And somewhere or the other, we can be proud of ourselves. So talking about time, I'm your timer for today. I have to time in 3 sections of the speech. Firstly, the prepared speeches segment. The prepared speeches are going to be from 5 to 7 minutes long. At 5 minutes, I'm going to be raising the green card, and at 6 minutes, the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, the red card. There will be a buffer at the beginning of 30 seconds and at the end as again of 30 seconds. Then we'll have the table topic segment, which will be 1 to 2 minutes long.
1 minute, we're going to be raising the green card. 1 minute, 30 seconds, the yellow card. 2 minutes, the red card. The lower limit does not have a 30-second buffer, but the ending limit does have. Then we have the evaluation segment, which will be from 2 to 3 minutes long, which is 2 minutes, the green card, 2.5 minutes, the yellow card, and 3 minutes, the red card. And I'll give my report at the end. Back to the gender evaluator.
Thank you so much for the Sharanya. Okay, yeah, this is important for us. Is it bit okay?
No.
Right, so next up we have the linguist, that is a mixture of our counter and the grammarian, and that is Toastmaster Pranav. Now, since you didn't give an introduction, our ex search data terms, our ex treasurer, and yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Why don't you spread out a little more? It's easier for my eyes, no? All of you are sitting in one train over here. Come on, people. Either all of you join here or all of you spread out. Make it easier for me. And I have to mix the camera. It's unfair. Or at any speaker on that they are here, and they'll have to make eye contact there and here, and you guys won't split. Wow. And that's my rant coming to no end. Well, when you heard that, what did it remind you of? A random teacher who's coming and giving a rant over here, right? He's trying to ask you to come forward, occupy the front benches. Well, that was basically my 11th and 12th memory. A person who used to sit on the 4th or the 5th bench and was called and was very hesitant to move, but then had to come to the first. A bit on the theme aside, more about my role. As it is a mixture of both the R counter and the grammarian, let me talk about being a grammar Nazi first. That is, I'm going to take, let's say, a Kalashnikov, because yeah, a little bit of KGF reference if it can be brought in. And I'm going to hold you all accountable to grammar. And then for that, I have 2 words or 2 arsenals or 2 missiles you can call it. One is the word of the day. Sounds terrifying, isn't it? How many of you have had it in school? The teacher used to write the word of the day, the motivational quote of the day, or something like that. Yeah. And how many of you did actually give any value to it? Not me. Come on. Not me for sure. Did anyone give how to that? 1, 2. Who else could I expect but the words of the Lord? But then, this is not going to be that. It's going to be a friend for you. Let's go with the first idiom of the day, because I want to change the order. Put someone's nose out of joint. What do people think it is? All the rule takers, I guess I said the meaning yesterday in the group.
Someone fractured their nose.
Absolutely not that.
Joint.
Absolutely not that again.
No.
But then it's basically to put someone in an uncomfortable position so that they feel that their nose is out. They have to like their nose out. But then you don't have to use the nose here. The scenarios are such that my head has come out of its joint. Bro, stop taking my head out of its joint. The idiom of the day today is very manipulative. It's not a foe. It's not going to hold you there. You can use it in a way you want. And well, I've noticed over the past sometimes that people haven't been using it. So whenever someone uses it, where don't we go and give them a nice pat on the back? And let's see if we can put their joints in the back out of place. Now, moving to the word of the day. Purport. Very hard, isn't it? A word which none of us have heard. Have any of you heard it before? Any idea what does it mean?
No, I just watched it. Too many shows.
Okay. What about you? You don't remember. Anyone in the roll takers group? Come on, please. Do you remember?
Yes, I have the VP education discussion.
Okay, the VP education. Do you remember? Well, even I don't remember. That's why I'm bring my phone out.
Yeah, open book exam, we didn't know.
True that. But now, the word of the day is purport. It's a verb that means to claim or to do a particular thing when that claim might not be entirely true.
Repeat.
It's a word which is a claim which you make for an instance which not be entirely true. I purport that I am the branch topper of AI. No, I'm not. I'm third in the list. I'm the third in the list. But then it's to claim something which is not entirely true. Alright. So fun words, you guys can use them. Fair enough? Yeah. Hana kuch bolo. Show me a thumbs up. Nod your heads. Don't be a dead audience to me. No. Nikhil says no. Okay. Huh? Okay. Very nice. Now let's move to the next role which I'm supposed to do. That's the R counter. Well, I've taken this role once before, and this is what I said. Bro, I'm not going to count your ass because when it matters, I don't think you'll be counting, you'll just be enjoying them. If you guys get it, you get it. Otherwise, don't ask me to explain it. But then, I didn't say anything. Well, good. Alright. Now that you have your fun aside, it's basically counting your CRPS, the crutch words. You have heard me blabber for so long. It's been a little bit interesting, I hope. But what if this whole thing I've been saying this way? Hello, people. Well, I would like to introduce my role. Makes no sense, right? You guys will be dozing off. You have all had those teachers who are reading it out of the PPT. So basically, don't be those. Don't use a crutch word. That is basically your favorite word. Like for me, it's the word well. I keep using it just to fill in gaps when I'm having a lack of chain of thought. And then your repeated words. Let's say so. So what happens is you don't use the word so. And then PNF, basically don't take pauses and breaks which are not necessary. And that being all, I'll be noting down all of these and coming back with you, probably not with a Kalashnikov, but a Holika Pichkari, to douse you with water, to give you some fun, and a pat on the back to dislocate your joints and to say, bro, follow these rules sometimes. With that, a long speech ending, back to the general narrative.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav, for that speech kind of an introduction. But then it was one creative take for that matter. So I'll be back with my evaluation towards the end of the meeting. All the best to all the role takers. Be mindful of your time limits and try to refrain when speaking of topics which are not well taken. Yeah. So with this, I'll give back the stage to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shivansh.
Oh,
No.
you lost the page.
What was the view?
It was with Sanidhya. You lost the page. You lost the page. Give me a few seconds. In between, I'll talk about the other stuff. So, as I was talking about my 11th and 12th, I'll tell you what. I mean, I knew a couple of them before my 11th and 12th, but around the midway of 11, I found my, I won't say gang because I don't think anyone could have survived on the street, but maybe group or my people. And I'll just flat out name them. I thought I'd give them some nicknames, but I'm too lazy and uncreative to be honest to do that. So my group consisted of Shreya Chaudhary, Shreya Singh, Purva Samriwal / Sharma because we're still not sure what her surname is, Sartak Negi, Aryan Gupta, and then Himanshu Jajoria, which even though you expect to be a guy, is actually a girl. So I'm still in touch with her, don't forget. So now 11th mid, I think around 2018 there was this one movie that came out, 3. You might have heard of it. Now the thing is the movie itself isn't that scary. But to one of my friends it was too scary. And the whole During the whole time we were in the theater, she had great ear. And it just pounced onto it. I'm not kidding, I actually bled by the time the movie ended. There was more horror sitting next to me than in front of me. For any role taker, the most horror time is before they're going to give their speech. We'll be now moving on to the first segment of the speech now that I have found the page. Thanks a lot. We'll be going to the prepared speeches session. We have two speakers today. First one being Toastmaster Shail, and for her, the speech evaluator is Toastmaster Mansi. Now, Toastmaster Mansi says the only good thing about those 2 years of her life is that it's finally over now. So, over to Toastmaster Mansi.
You lost my page.
It was actually just one.
Yeah, got it. Alright. Hello everybody, once again. So, a special hello to Toastmaster Shail, who will be giving her element P2 in the Pathway Presentation Mastery. So, the purpose of her speech is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. And I know for a fact that you're going to do a great job at it. All the very best. You're going to rock the stage. Back to the... Oh, also timer, please. Now the timing is from 5 minutes to 7 minutes. Back to the... Great.
Thank you. So, now coming to Toastmaster Shail, her intro goes like, while those 2 most important years weren't the best of her, and she probably don't want to revisit them, she will never forget them. So, over to Toastmaster Shail. Toastmaster Shail, embracing the journey, Toastmaster Shail.
So today I was asked to give a speech with a purpose. That's a problem. The problem is I don't have one on my own. For the longest that I can remember, the only purpose that I had was to get into IIT. Well, me standing here is enough proof that did not happen. Let's go down memory lane, shall we? And remember the good, olden, crime IIT JEE days. How many of you here, raise your hands, have slept on their textbooks? Come on, everybody, raise your hands. Everyone has. Well, me too. The late nights that we have spent solving the physics problems, which I'm pretty sure were in Chinese. The endless hours we have spent memorizing the chemical equations. Talking about which, do anyone here remember the chemical formula for benzene? Nikhilesh won't answer because he knows. Anyone? I have only one chocolate to give. We'll try this one more time and ask the question again. First person to raise the hand can answer.
Change the question. She has no card.
Chemical equation goes like HCl plus H2SO4 gives what?
Nothing.
HSO4 plus.
I need to go. What is the
Neutralization reaction.
H-
Water.
Physical 6.
Water.
Ah.
HCl.
I?
HCl plus H2SO4.
Both are acids, they won't react.
Yeah, I said first.
Nothing. Viraj can. Moving on. Let's not forget maths phonics section. Math, oh math. It was an extra layer of pressure at my home because my aunt is a math teacher. Yes, you heard me right. I have a relative at my home who is a math teacher. She would randomly quiz me. What's the formula for find the quadratic equation of fruits? I just woke up. I don't know the formula. And the face that she would make when I didn't give the answer right, that I have committed the greatest crimes against mathematics. Let's not forget the mock test, which were designed for aliens, not humans. I vividly remember one test where the only answer I was confident about was my name on the top of the sheet. That's all. There were moments where we all wanted to just give up,
throw our books out of the window and be a monk. Well, me being a girl cannot even, and I don't want to admit this, but the number of times I just thought to get married, leave the household, leave everything. But we did not do this. We persevered. We became creatures fueled with caffeine, minimum sleep, and sheer determination. That is where we learn the true meaning of just one more chapter, just one more topic, or just one more line. But despite all of our best efforts, we did not get acquired. And that's tough. We had one purpose, we dedicated our entire lives to it, but we did not get in. But here's the fun part. Despite all of that madness, we discovered strengths we didn't know we had. We made friendships that will last a lifetime. And the most important thing, we learned how to push through when the entire universe is conspiring against us. Because it is a journey that matters, the experiences that we had and the lessons that we've learned. Not having a goal does not mean that we're lost. It means that we're exploring. It means that we're finding something that makes us happy, ignites our passion, and just makes us who we really are. That period of time is not a setback. That period we can learn, we can fall, and we can rise again. And it gives us great memories. Like I remember one time, Mom, I'm joining a circus. It is much more exciting rather than studying for JA. And at the end of the day, a proper goal does not define us. What defines us is that we are true to ourselves. So let us give ourselves the grace to grow, the courage to embrace the unknown, and as all of us, our life is like chemical equations. Sometimes it's explosive, sometimes it's just a small burn, but it's always interesting. So let's move forward, keep experimenting, keep mixing, and find a very nice bond. Now, to wrap up my speech, I will end it with a question. What is the formula for molarity?
What?
What is the formula for molarity?
Avogadro's number somewhat.
Don't worry.
Molecular weight divided by
Don't
the
worry.
Avogadro's.
Don't worry.
Sure.
Don't worry. At life, you can just always look at us. Thank you.
That was a scintillating recap of 11th and 12th by Toastmaster Shail. But I would urge everyone, despite her many urges, please don't remember the days of 11th and 12th just by math, science, and math, physics, and chemistry. You can understand how great I was in those days, how dedicated to my studies I was. I binged 3 movies a day during my 12th. There's a reason why I have that intro. Now coming to, we have a speaker 2. Now for her, we have a speech evaluator, Toastmaster Arpita. So see, the credit goes to Toastmaster Viraj for this intro. Okay, so it basically goes, you better not talk about your 2 most important years because you are not that important.
Alright, a quick check. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. I would like to thank Viraj so much to make me realize that I'm not important. Thank you for that. I'll be the speech evaluator for today, and good evening to everyone, and also special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Harsha, who will be attempting her L1 B3 in the pathway of presentation mastery. The purpose of her speech is to practice her vocal variety and body language to enhance her speech. Timer, please note that her time limit for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And also, I would like to wish my target speaker all the best and pour your heart out. Back to the TMoD.
So now when talking about Toastmaster Harsha, she says she still doesn't get how she sailed through the two most important years of her life. Please come on to the stage, Toastmaster Harsha. Toastmaster Harsha, walking on the tightrope, Toastmaster Harsha.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most part I'm not. So, okay. So all of us remember those chaotic first year days when we were all loitering, like lost, like when we were all wandering like lost puppies on the road. Yeah, so that is how we are. And now that we are in second and third years, I guess we have leveled up. We are not just surviving, but thriving. Well, at least we are trying to. So right now, at this juncture of life, I guess we all have our own friend groups. We have our routine set, hopefully. And we have figured out all the aspects of college life. We are at this point where things have just not gotten interesting, but also very demanding. Let me just take you to a typical day in our lives. It is a nice, cold, cozy morning. The alarm goes off, and after hitting the snooze button 5 times, we finally manage to drag ourselves out of the bed. We have a quick bite, and then we rush to at least I rush to the bus, only to figure out that I completely forgot to do an assignment. On the go, on the way, I try to finish it up, and I finally reach my class. Classes go through a bunch of boring PowerPoint slides and half understood equations. And at this point, we all try to focus, but then our stomach starts growling louder than the teacher's voices. Finally, lunchtime arrives, where we all head to the canteen with our friends, where we decide for 20 minutes about what to eat, and the rest 30 minutes goes in eating and talking about all the campus gossips. Finally, after lunch, we have a nice group discussion. And here, all of you know the drill. One person does all the talking, one person pretends to be listening, and one person is already mentally checked out. And now comes the afternoon session. This is the time that actually tests our endurance. We are trying to sail through the most boring lectures where our teacher's voices turn into a lullaby. Here, we just take a quick glance at the classroom and our classmates. One person is just valiantly taking notes. The second person is just cluelessly staring at the board. And the third person is just scrolling memes on his phone. So this is how the typical day goes. And it's finally evening, where you think, okay, my day is finally done. But oh, you've got a club meeting to attend. You rush to the club meeting just to figure out that you're 10 to 15 minutes late already. People here might know. And then after that, you attend that meeting, you come back, and like a very good productive student, you sit down to catch up for some studying. And that's when, and just as you open your book, your friend texts you. And you never realize it's already 11 p.m. And you've totally lost track of time and you've done no progress at all. Then you just go to bed and then suddenly you realize that there's another assignment due tomorrow. So you freak out, your panic sets in, and then you wake up to finish up that assignment. And it's already past midnight, and after a day that was already like a marathon, you're still not ready for the next day. So that's how our typical days goes. And some days are so bad. Like just one of those days I had last semester where I had to complete where I had a major project submission, a presentation, and 2 quizzes lined up all on the same day. As I was going through the day, my faculty advisor calls me saying, Harsha, you have 1 hour, you have to complete this task. I'm like, okay. So by the time I finished my assignment, my presentation, this task my faculty advisor gives, and I finally sit for the quiz, my brain has already started to feel like a mashed potato. I have already forgotten the basic formulas. So this is how our typical day goes on in college. I think this is something which all of us would relate with. We are all struggling to, manage. We are all stuck at this whirlwind where we are just juggling between 100 things in our lives, and we are just trying to figure out how to manage all of this. But how do we actually do them? The key is to figuring out a balance in our lives. How do we figure this out? Point one: prioritize. In college, everything might seem urgent, but not everything is important. Next time you have a task, ask yourself, how important is this? Will this matter in a week or a month? Just see how important that is to you and then take a call. Second, learn to say no. You don't have to enroll into every club, attend every event, help every friend out there. You need to know what really matters and make use of the limited resources that you have. Third, organize. Like the incident I told you, where I had so many things happening around in one day, all of us might have come across so many such situations in life. The key is to plan and organize your day well in advance. Have a to-do list, have checklists, whatever works for you. So that is about it. So in conclusion, college life is basically learning to balance a lot of things. Be it classes, exams, project work, social life, and personal things. So how I would like to conclude is by telling you that learn to embrace the time work. It's okay to wobble here and there, but finally, as long as you keep going, everything will be.
So, a major bunch of Toastmasters Harsha's speech was talking about how to balance work in college life and how to just get through the day. Well, just like maybe a suggestion, I also do one thing which chronically online people like me and some other use a pretty term for that, which is weaponized incompetence. So what I do is I never do any of the work that has been assigned to me. So either my teammates will do it, or the professor anyway doesn't expect that I will do the work. One time in 12th, out of nowhere, I submitted my notebook and the teacher said to me, I already put your 18 marks, you don't need to submit. Because at that point she had already, I'll tell you what, 11th hand chemistry exam, 23 is the passing mark out of 80. No, 70 or 80, I don't remember.
80.
Then it would have been 28. I think 70 marks chemistry paper. You guys might have a different schedule. I was from 2020 batch. I passed out in 2020. So,
And it should be 3 years, no?
huh?
The most important year.
No, the last year I just left off. COVID lockdown. You really think I didn't study well? You didn't think you thought I didn't study in school and then I would study in the COVID lockdown? I finished the whole of Game of Thrones in just 1 month.
Arpita, yeah.
So I got 21.5 out of 70, which means I failed by 1.5 marks. Now at that point, my chemistry teacher is like also my class teacher, she knows me pretty well that I just go to the ma'am, I'm like, ma'am, this is 21.5 out of 70. No, because she's also from North, I just talked to her in Hindi, I'll translate it a bit later. Ma'am, ये दो मार्क्स पास कर दो आपको भी एक और पेपर बनाना पड़ेगा मेरे को भी एक और पेपर लिखना पड़ेगा she's like नहीं ऐसा नहीं होता है this can't happen like ma'am genuine this is what I was doing क्या बोलूं I'm already failing what else can I say I'm just like ma'am कर ही देते So after 5 minutes of ma'am, please कर दो मैम कर ही देते मैम क्यों एक और पेपर लिखवाने She says, all right, I will do it. And she actually gave me just +2 marks. she didn't recheck the paper or anything. She knew I failed. But as incompetent and as lazy I was, I had met a match for me. She had matched my freak academically somehow. And if you are in a situation like this, it's better to say something than this. And for situations like this is exactly why we have the table topics. And for today, our table topic master is Toastmaster Venkat. Now, when asked about his intro, he said the 2 years changed his life a lot and he's pleased for making the good decisions that he's making today. Over to the TTM Toastmaster Venkat. Good evening, from my dear fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I think this is my first speech, official speech, official stage speaking in offline. So our theme is about the 2 most important years. My 2 most important years are 11th and 12th as usual. In that 2 years, I learned a lot and I learned new things like in technical or in academics or any cultural activities or any outside work or something. I learned a lot and it helped me grow my confidence and my mental ability to grow. So, as a I'm table topic master in this meeting. As a table topic master, I prepared a couple of questions. So you guys can try in this. Who would like to timer? Please note the time as 1 to 2 minutes. Anyone like to volunteer? Please.
I would like.
You can choose the number from 1 to 10. Suppose you are interviewing someone for club recruitment and will ask them about the 2 most important years of their life. On what basis will you recruit him or her? What is the question? Suppose you are interviewing a person who are interested to join in tab club recruitment, and what are the questions related to 2 most important years you will ask them, and on what basis you will recruit them?
Thank you, table topic master. So the question is 2 most important years. And the questions on
You are interviewing someone,
correct.
and questions what question?
The question I'm going to ask
Yeah.
in
On
order to
what basis you will recruit?
correct. So first of all, a club a club like TAP doesn't have this recruiting system, but some colleges do have. So from what I've heard about those colleges, one of the first questions they ask is, one of the first questions I would ask is, can you pay 5,000 every 6 months? Can you afford that? Because if I am assuming that I'll be the VP membership, and I want my membership count to grow, so I'll definitely ask, can you afford, what is the price again?
7,225.
Yes, 25. Whatever that amount is, can you pay that amount? Some people here can't, so. Alright, yeah. Because see, I wasn't talking about you, I was talking about myself. See, all of you are in tab booty, right? I can't afford even $1,000.
Oh,
Yeah. Short and simple.
Anyway, moving on to the next question, I would definitely ask them what are their interests? Of course, you would ask what are their interests, because a club should have a very dynamic atmosphere. you should have people only, who are just PGP oriented. In case you call them outside, they're like, nah, I can't come, I have to study for this, I have to study for that. We don't want such sort of people. We really don't want them. So yeah, I'll make sure I ask the question, what is the CGP, what are your goals in the next 4 years? And I definitely ask them, what are their plans in college? Where do you want to go out? Do you want to go to Goa? Where is Shivansh, by the way? Yeah, no, because that was only because Shivansh, Toastmaster Shivansh had this thing. One of his projects was a plan to Goa, right? So you need a certain set of people who will accommodate you to who will accommodate those kind of plans. They'll come to Goa with you, or at least give that hope and don't ditch you in the last minute. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'll ask them what is the personality in order to accommodate a certain good atmosphere, the jovial, happy atmosphere. Hopefully, I've answered your question. I don't think so, but can this. Back to the chicken topic. Yeah, that was a wonderful speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikhilesh. And next, who would like to volunteer?
Yeah. Next topic series.
So choose number from 1 to 10.
Excited.
Imagine one of your important years had a cultural event. 2 important years had a cultural event, and you are the cultural head of the college. Okay. 2 departments are fighting over resources. Okay. What steps would you take to resolve the conflict peacefully?
All right.
Pranav, to make it easier for you, make it AI and Mc departments.
You will know. But then, well, bye. Hello, VP. Finger in it. I don't want to letting the AI camp down. So right now, why is everyone assuming the 2 most important years to be 11th and 12th? The 2 years none of us want to remember. The 2 most important years are the 3rd and the 4th year, or the 2nd and the 3rd year. Screw it. Alright? So, between AI and DC, well, fight. Then whoever gets the placement gets to decide. Most peaceful and the most productive resolution of a conflict which is possible. Right?
How many people have placed from AI this year from your batch?
This year, as of now, placements haven't begun, but 3.
Yeah, good number.
Yeah, with a class of 128, 3 is a good enough number. But then, the same question if I ask for EC, I guess the number is closer to 0.
Minus.
It can't be negative, now because people have already taken backlogs and are still stuck in 3rd year. Only EC people can do that. Oh, but then, let's come down to the more important part. Cultural conflicts between AI and EC. Something which we and TAP dealt with a lot, and I can still deal with because of Nikhilesh right there. So, what do? We are like, okay people, you do the electrical part, you handle lighting, you are in charge of that, and you do everything else because you do everything else. Because here, AI people don't do only AI things. We do electrical things. We do computer things. We go and have a mechanical course. We do basically everything under the sun. So, give people what they're specializing in. The EC people take care of the lighting.
Realize even EC people do a lot of stuff. Not only you guys. We learn C++. We learn all the assembly languages which you guys are also learning.
Exactly. That's what we said. That's what I'm saying. We do what all you people do plus stuff. So you guys handle what you're good at. That is lighting and all the other menial chores and welcoming people. And we will come walk in and get the job and leave. With that being said, back to the daily topic master.
That was a speech, Toastmaster.
Listen, Arpita was standing he does the same. That was funny.
Arpita means Goswami interrupting me in the middle.
Never mind.
She has lost purpose in life at this point.
I see there are some guests in the meeting. It's probably You can volunteer if you want. It would be nice. Anyone would like to try? First of all, let me explain this table topic session. In this, the table topic master will ask the question. You can think about the 30 seconds. You can make some sentences to tell it within 1 to 2 minutes. What changes will you make if you have a chance to relive your 2 important years? Yeah. What changes will you make if you have a chance to relive your 2 important years? Relive. Yeah, take it. Okay, see here.
So, coming back to the two most important years. Well, 11th and 12th, I would say it was more of a roller coaster ride for me than a proper studies, this, that, because I was a day scholar. Trust me, I never wanted to be a day scholar in my 11th grade. I wanted to join integrated course, but my mom was like, join day school, join school. You will have nice experience, nice friends. And I go to school and the teacher will be like, done with the homework assignment. Trust me, I'm so sorry, I don't want to offend my teachers, but CBC being CBC. They will give notes. So that's all we have to write the notes, come back home. I had school from like 8 to 4, come back, change my clothes, go to my coaching garden 5 to 9, and be stuck in traffic for 45 minutes, and I had no time to study. And yes, I had big goals to go to IIT, Bombay, or India back under 100. Nah, that didn't happen. So that was back in 11th. So when I started 12th, reality started hitting hard. And I was like, Papa, it's okay. Send me to integrated. I want to do integrated, I can do it. But then my dad was like, it's too late. Join some university, you'll get everything. And that's how my struggle of 11th and 12th was more of, this was very positive.
I see there are some newcomers in the meeting online. Huh? Okay. Probably nice. Anyone like to volunteer? Jyoti, can you like to volunteer? Lee, would you like to volunteer? Offline?
Arpita there.
Yeah, okay.
Can I go play? Oh, wait.
Sarvesh.
Sarvesh, would you like to try?
Yes, like wait, should I switch on camera? Wait 1 second.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, 1 second, I'll just switch on light. So am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Choose the number from 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
2 to 10.
If you don't mind, can you tell which numbers were already chosen? I mean, if I.
7 has completed and first one is completed.
Okay.
Fifth one is completed.
6.
Yeah, okay. If you quarreled with your classmate or teacher during the 2 most important years of your life, how would you go about solving it?
Okay. Okay. Just few seconds. Can I take few seconds? Okay.
Yeah, that is it. Sure.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, good evening to one and all present here. Uh, okay, so my two most important years were 11th and 12th. But of course, like as the previous speaker told, actually, even I was not into any integrated course, and also like I was mostly, in fact, like I'm the I'm in second year now. So 2 years back, I completed 12th. So 11th was online, 12th was offline. So uh, initially, if I remember, just to tell few seconds about how it was. So yes, it was a roller coaster ride, and also like till 10th everything was smooth, and 11th suddenly the subjects which seemed interesting in 11th and in 10th started seeming to be tough and challenging in 11th and 12th, and especially max. Okay, fine. Now coming to the point, so what I would say that if I had a quarrel with someone in 11th, 12th, I would definitely, like as you do now also, I would just, talk to them like when they are in a better mood, and when I also get calm and just try to settle things directly. Instead of I'm one guy like who doesn't keep things much to heart. No, like I mean I just when they are calm, when things become better, I just try to talk to them, and try to settle it by word of mouth rather than fighting or anything. So I think then, especially in important years, that would help not affect our studies. So that's one thing I would say. Uh, okay, I see that yellow card. So that's why. Fine. So okay, I would conclude by saying that. See, like, always, I mean, not just those 2 years, but always, quarrels might happen. Just that we have to, it's better that if it doesn't affect our main goal. So, fine. Thank you.
Offline, yes, please come.
Can I go for it?
Your question is, describe a year in your life that was filled with unexpected opportunities. What were they and how did you utilize them? Yeah.
Like to introduce myself first, my name is Geeta and I'm from ESC. I studied in FITSI and that 1 year, what was the question?
Describe a year in your life that was filled with unexpected opportunities. What were they and how did you utilize them?
To be honest, I never had many opportunities in my life. My life was pale and like normal. In 12th, I had opportunities like Manipal, Amrita and all, apart from JE. But I ended up here, because I was weak. I mean, I studied in FITSI, right? So my parents didn't want me to study in Manipal because of the posh culture and all. I'm already spoiled in FITSI. So they wanted me to study in Amrita to be decent and a good Indian girl. So I ended up here. So, and also we were financially weak, and also my studies were weak. So that's it, I guess. That's thank you.
Next, please. The question is, describe a time when you learned a life lesson in the two most important years and what you did.
Really, I'm not top student, but I'm an average student. My parents are expecting me to join NIT or NIT, but I don't get it. Didn't get enough funds. I thought it is at the end of the world, and then my parents said that you have another choice. So I learned that even if you fail, we have another choices. And my friends who I've made, they supported me every time, even if I fail. That's it.
Any volunteers? Please. Oh, please. Uh, choose the number from 1 to 10.
Which number, Sarvesh?
The-
Give him a something random. Give him a topic random.
Okay.
No democracy.
No, bro. I don't think
These are the two most important years of your life. What will you choose? Love or studies, and why?
The fact that you're asking a mechanical question. Okay. Fine. Timer, please note that I'll take 30 seconds and please tell me after.
These are the two most important years of your life. What will you choose? Love or studies, and why?
Come on, Ganesh, study. Come on.
Right, so apparently the time is over, the buffer of 30 seconds is over. And I'm supposed to choose between love and studies, something that I never got. Actually, both of them, which I never got, right? So, yeah, apparently, let's get into the grind, focus, sigma male, etc., become that oriented person, mastermind, jo banna hai bano, translate to do whatever you want, become whoever you want. That is the kind of focus that we get in home. You know that dialogue from Mirzapur, Munna Bhaiya says, Padho, likho, IAS bano, but nahi, censor. I'm not going to say that. So, yeah, that is something that we've always been pushed to do. But from a guy who has, never gotten into a relationship or, I won't say that. But then, yeah, so that is also there. This is also there. I mean, there should be a balance of both. That's my perspective towards life. But then balance is something that you may never find in BTech, specifically in mechanical engineering, because take it in written. I'll give you an experience on bond sheet with a signature. And what else? So yeah, that's basically it. You have to balance almost everything that you do, goods and bads, something that you're supposed to do and something that you're not supposed to do, and even that can be anything, indisciplinary actions in terms of polished terminologies, or in our terminologies, living life. So that's how that should be. Yeah, right.
Diplomatic answer one.
Next.
Yeah.
Arpita, your question is, these are the two most important years of your life, and your friend is going through an existential crisis. He or she is tense about his or her in future. How will you go about helping him or her?
All right. So again, I'll tell you the question. If I'm right, then just give me a thumbs up. So these are these two important years of my life, and there is one of my friend who's going through existential crisis, and he or she will explain it to me. I mean, express it to me in the future, and how am I going to help them? Correct? All right. Thank you. Timer, please note. I'll take 30 seconds to think about it. All right. So talking about existential crisis, well, I think all of us go through the same existential crisis, or let it be a bit different. We feel lost all the time that what are we even going to do with our lives if we don't get this or if we don't get that. For example, when we were in 11th and 12th, our only one goal was in JEE, and we never planned for plan B because there was this saying that if you just plan for plan A and aim at the stars or aim at the moon, you might land in stars. But we didn't believe in that quote, I guess. I mean, I did not believe. Neither my friends did who were in my 11th and 12th. I did the same thing with myself and also with my friends. Now, if my friends comes up and tells me about existential crisis and all those stuff, well, everyone goes through their existential crisis. I think that's the reason why when you're in your lowest, you realize a lot. And I would like to just calm my friend down by just telling him or her, by just telling him or her that, let things get worse or things get really bad. I will be the support for you, or like I will support you at any point of time because that's what you need. At some point of time, during that existential crisis period, I feel is what you feel is you want to feel loved, or you want to feel that there's some person who's believing in me, if not me. And that person I think I can be, because yeah, that's what you need in your life and you want to go forward. That would be my own time, and that's how I would soothe that person, because at the end we need others approval, which is not good, but also at the same point of time, during when you're going through that weird phase of existential crisis, you do need someone to push you up again and go for your life, or like sort out your life. And that would be my own go with this question. Over to the TTM.
The online quiz, anyone like to try? Last question, anybody like? Yeah, please. Consider a year that brought immense joy. What events contributed to this, and why do you consider it one of your most important things?
Exactly. Well, I'll take my 30 seconds. Green Image website. Awesome. I don't remember any year. Okay, hello everybody. I'm Toastmaster Viraj, and my topic, as Venkat gave me, is my one year which I was very happy. So that year was 11th standard. Now, not because I was succeeding in my studies and all that, I was playing the whole day PUBG. Morning PUBG, night PUBG, afternoon, evening PUBG. That was my best time. After doing all this, if I get 2 to 3 hours, I used to talk to one girl, some random girl. Random. Sometimes, rank push. It didn't happen, but okay. So, you got sure. I used to talk to her. I felt happy playing PUBG. And yeah, that was the joyous moment because online, we had test online. So what do? You copy. And this girl told me that don't copy, you should not copy. You at least you read so that you wanted to let me speak, please. But I didn't used to do. And the thing what happened after the 11th finals happened, I got 79% and she got 74%. Then she started telling me, you were right, I should have copied. I should have played PUBG. And she was just annoyed by me. For that reason, she didn't talk to me for 2 days. That was the worst time of my life. But apart from that, everything was good. 11th was good. Thank you. Back to you.
So this is my every topic session. I hope you enjoyed it. Back to TMoD.
That was a very detailed table topic session. I think a lot of you spoke, and that is positive. So now, you passed the 11th, 12th is almost coming, and those you've seen those memes where there's a dog and he has just flashbacks of Vietnam War. You're getting the same flashbacks of 10. Boats, 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 important here, boats. But in between you have this 1 week break. And in between the first two segments and the last segment, we at Toastmasters also have a break. So I would like to ask the timer for a 5-minute break. Okay, so recording has with you. Please everyone please let it down for
Shivansh,
yeah.
I think the audience wala video is still stuck. There's nothing happening there.
Which video is it still stuck?
The audience video.
Audience.
No, not yet. It's this a little bit.
It'll get better in a while.
Good.
We're pretty much at the last segment, and I think it doesn't make sense to waste too much of the time on the stage and just straight up call the general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Sanidhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivansh. And here we are in the last segment of today's meeting. So to start this evaluation segment, I would like to call upon the first speech evaluator first, and that is Toastmaster Mansi. Over to the stage.
That was indeed an amazing speech. I mean, it's super interactive and super fun, but sad that it's not here to listen to the evaluation. But anyways, the core objective of her speech was to give a speech with a defined purpose. And I think what else matters than, giving your life a purpose. That's what she embracing her journey, and that's what she told in her speech. Now, do you remember those teacher games that we played when we were kids? So, then yeah, we call it teacher. So when we did play that game as a kid, I straight up gave 10 to all of my friends. That's how much bad of a teacher I was, right? And Shail just made my job even more difficult for me by just giving such an amazing speech. So Janani, who is my mentor, specified me 3 things while giving a evaluation. She said, make a sandwich and give your evaluation. So coming to the top layer of my bread, I'm going to talk about some amazing things in her speech which I loved, which was her energy, the audience interaction, her good sense of humor, and relatability. Come on, of course, we all related to her speech. Now, 2 things that I would like to point out, which could be improved given the fact that we're going to give many more speeches, was 1, body language. I don't know if you've noticed or not, her movement was 1, 2, 3, and 4, which I think can be looked into. And the second most important thing was when she was giving certain really good quotes, which I think we can all, remind ourselves a couple of days later, because that's how well said they were. Like courage to embrace the unknown, life, we can always look upon it. So certain such phrases should have been told with a lot more intensity and with a lot more pauses to give that effect. So given these 2 things, which might go into my second layer in the sandwich. And the third should be, third blood slice, was I loved how she connected the dots in the story, which eventually led us to embracing the journey. So that's all from my end. All the best to her for her further speeches.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. Now my evaluation for Toastmaster Shail, obviously she's not here, but then she can do the recording. They're online, okay, yeah, they're online. Right, so I feel that the audience interaction in Toastmaster Shail's speech was very good. But then what I felt was the speech length was not that long. But the audience interaction took up most of the part and it crossed the green line. So I feel you could have made the speech a bit more longer or deliver it in a manner so that it sounds a bit more. And other than that, it was a great speech. You were confident, you knew what you want to speak, and I think that's all for you. Just you can work on the time management from the next part. For Toastmaster Mansi, just one suggestion. When you're evaluating a speaker, try to evaluate based on the project objectives. Now, for Toastmaster Shail's speech, the objectives are to give a speech with a purpose. Now, when you're evaluating such a speech, what you should focus on is what is the message being delivered after the speech. Was the message strong enough? The message for Toastmaster Shail's speech was not that strong, but then it qualified the objectives. But then you could have pointed it out, right? So otherwise, it was a good evaluation. Now let's call upon the second speech evaluator, that was for Toastmaster Harsha. Toastmaster Arpita, onto the stage.
Thank you, gentle evaluator. Am I audible and visible? A quick check.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So, Toastmaster Mansi, I really enjoyed your speech when you just mentioned about the chaotic first years of our days and how we were puppies on the road. I got reminded of the treasure hunt when we just roamed around the whole college and we just asked some weird seniors about some clues or something and just roaming around the whole college. And yeah, it was chaotic. And also, I did get reminded of my very odd, special first year. And let's not go there because, yeah, the good aspects of your own speech. Now, I'm going to just divide it into bad aspects and good aspects and just let you know what are the main improvements and which went good. Your voice modulation was on point. You really specified when, you just specified that things when your faculty advisor just gave you 14, I mean, to do that task in 1 hour and how you handle that stress or how you projected that stress, you could really engage your audience with that. And also your body language and your hand gestures were amazing. Uh, the things which you could do better on were your stage usage. Well, you did use the stage properly, but also at the same point of time, always what I observed is you were standing here and just moving like this, which shows a little bit of nervousness. That happens, but also at the same point of time, just make sure that you practice a little bit more and elaborate the whole content which you have. For example, you pinpointed that you had so much to do about your whole the very marathon day. So you could have to use the stage. You could have told that after 1 day of long marathon, and then you come back to the same position again. For example, using while going through the marathon, you could have just roamed here, like use the stage a bit more, and then come back. All right, that's the only suggestion which I would like to give. That is the stage usage. Or else, one great thing which you handled it really well, and I really loved it, was when you just came on the stage and you got a little bit overwhelmed, which was, and then you could manage and not get nervous throughout the speech. Your speech was really good with the flow. And all the best for your next speeches. I loved your speech, and you literally poured your heart out. And back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arpita, for that evaluation. Now, my evaluation for Toastmaster Harsha. First of all, a great speech and definitely one for the books. A few suggestions. Yeah, as your evaluator mentioned, you handle the nervousness in the beginning. Just one suggestion for that. Once you come onto the stage, stand there, look at the audience, take a minute, and then start speaking. No need to worry about the timings because the timing will start the moment you utter your first word, right? Just stand here, take your time, and then start. Okay? And another suggestion, the objectives are body language or voice modulation. You could have chosen, like, it's a, one or is there. So you could have chosen which one you want to practice first, either body language or voice modulation. But then I felt that Arpita was evaluating you on both of them, but then it could have been made clear from the start that which one you want to learn on to. But then, if I consider your body language, it was well good, and you could have worked a little bit more on your vocal modulation. That's all. And one last suggestion is you can maintain a better eye contact. You were looking at everyone's faces, but then the eye contact was disconnected. So you can work on that, and otherwise it was a phenomenal speech. Congratulations for completion of your project. Now next we will have the tag team reports, which was the LT team for today, starting with the linguist. Toastmaster Pranav.
Okay. Well, the role of the grammarian, as I said, was to be the grammar Nancy. But then, let me just say I failed today because there was nothing given. All of you were actually very good with your words. All of you had a very good way with your words, apart from the two I mentioned. A little sad. But I guess that's fair enough. Because I did have a laugh prior noting down all these words, as was today's meeting. Well, started in a very fun way with Shivansh, then moved to Shail, then moved to Harsha's speech, then the evaluations, then table topics, and I have a huge list of all the good usages or all the fun usages, as I may call it for today. Well, going down the memory lane, greatest crime against mathematics designed for aliens. Well, I guess all of us will relate that maths is technically designed for aliens. So really good connotation with that. Grow books and become a monk. All of us would have had this feeling. Teachers fueled with caffeine and minimal sleep. It was not just this in 11th and 12th, it's us now itself. So yes, another great analogy. Journey is that what matters. Not having a goal does not mean we are lost. Having a proper goal doesn't define us. Grace is to grow. It's life, we can always look it up. These are all the amazing usages they share. Coming to Toastmaster Harsha, walking on a tightrope, the title itself. Loitering around, not surviving but thriving. A juncture of life instead of saying a point of life, a good usage of words there. Dragged out of bed, I guess, which all of us have been facing for the past week since college has started. A quick bite, something which I just grabbed. Half understood equations. Stomach growling louder than the teacher's voice. All of us a lecture before lunch. Mentally detached out. Test our endurance. Teacher's voice, which sounds like a lullaby. The last hour. Mashed potato brain. Not a combination which I would come up with. Great job with that. And then coming to Toastmaster Mansi, the teacher game reminded us a lot. That's what she told. Well, okay. But then when you are giving your evaluation, I think it can be looked into. And a little more pauses, which might not have been needed. Toastmaster Arpita, like you know what I would know, and like you know what I would mean. No, none of us know what you want to mean, not to express yourself. But we got it, but then probably don't use it next time. Then you had roamed here. Well, technically, you cannot express it as roamed here. It is roaming on the stage, using only a particular part of the stage. Poured your heart out. That's something which you also did in your evaluation, and I guess everyone who took the stage did today. Shivansh, weaponize your incompetence. A cue for everyone.
That was the wrong term. I used weaponize and incompetence.
I praised you. Met my match. And something which I not thought, match my freak, an Instagram trend which is going on, you have brought it into your common speak. So great job at that. And you just said past the 11th, past the 11th, past 11th. Enough. You don't need to specify it over there. Something which you can look at that. And then Toastmaster Sanidhya. Till now, one of the good usages was one of the books for Toastmasters Harsha speech. Then you said sounds a bit more, or you let us just speech sounds a bit more to Toastmasters. Yeah, it's your speech sounds is a bit longer, not sounds a bit more. And sometimes when you're speaking a bit too fast. Among the few instances which I could note, it was very good. It's actually you wanted to say very good, it sounded very good. And then I guess pretty much everyone had none of you had bad grammar usages. And coming to the role of the R counter, where you take your pauses and your breaks. Well, Shivansh, in your long run, you had quite a few hours, a few a few so's. But I guess with a long role like the TMoD, it can be excused. Toastmaster Mansi, no stoppers or fillers. Toastmaster Arpita, quite a few arms, and also seems to be your favorite word. Uh, Toastmaster Harsha, a few hours, and you had a lot of so's in your speech. So don't use the word so. Toastmaster Venkat in your TTM, quite a few ors which you are bringing in. Toastmaster Nikhilesh, quite a few arms. But then I guess it's a table topic session, so can be accepted. Yes, Sarvesh, quite a few arms, quite a few likes, and the word I used quite a lot. But then I guess that's what happens when you take the stage for the first time. So you can surely improve on that. Guess Geeta from Pitchy. Alright. A few R's and a few ums, but nothing which cannot be cannot be improved. And then Toastmaster Ganesh, a lot of so's. Toastmaster Arpita, again, a few ors and a few likes. And that's all. I guess all of you have done a pretty good job because I had to nitpick most of you. So, great job with that. Probably focus on using those two words, if not today in your life. But with that being said, before the general evaluator berates us for making this a fun meeting and not a serious meeting, I had quite a laugh riot noting these words down, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav, for that detailed evaluation. First of all, kudos to you on taking up two roles and handling them in the best way possible. So great work done. A few suggestions: you can be mindful of the time, and you can be more relevant while giving the information as an accountant or as a grammarian. Specifically, when you were giving the introduction, you were talking about the theme and all these things, which is a good part. But then the purpose of the introduction, telling what the role is, should not be diluted. Right? Next up, we have the timer, that is Toastmaster Sharanya on the stage.
So I'll read out the timings. Our prepared speeches, Toastmaster Shail took 5 minutes 37 seconds within time. Toastmaster Harsha took 6 minutes 35 seconds within time. Evaluations, Toastmaster Mansi took 2 minutes exactly within time. Toastmaster Arpita took 2 minutes 30 seconds within time. Then our table topic session, Toastmaster Nikhilesh took 1 minute 56 seconds. Toastmaster Pranav took 2 minutes 1 second. Toastmaster Samridhi took 1 minute 19 seconds. Sarvesh took 2 minutes 6 seconds. Geeta took 1 minute 16 seconds. Reha took 46 seconds. Toastmaster Ganesh took 1 minute 36 seconds. Toastmaster Arpita took 1 minute 55 seconds. Toastmaster Viraj took 1 minute 30 seconds. All of them within time. I have a kind of a tip. If we are giving table topics and we ran out of things to talk about, we've always learned this, I think maybe back in UKG or first grade, 4 W words and 1 H word, which is who, what, where, why, and how. If we try answering those questions in our head, I'm pretty sure we can finish 2 minutes or even go over it. So talk about who is in the setting of this, what you're trying to convey, a story or incident. What happened in that incident? Where did it take place? Something that you learned from it, or why did that happen? And then how did it take place? So if we try to even talk about like half to one sentence on these 4 W words and 1 H word, I think will be able to finish the time allotted for table topics. Back to the general manager.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharanya, for the evaluation and the report. First of all, great work done as a timer. You were showing the timer cards well properly to the speakers, and good job done. Introduction was crisp. You told all the timings. While giving the report, you also gave a few suggestions how people can manage their times. So great work done. I have nothing to add to that. Now, moving to the general evaluations for the meeting. Yeah. So starting with the Swachita dance, you started the meeting and you told the 3 golden rules. Just 2 suggestions. Number 1, be the first speaker onto the stage, so high on energy. Number 2, be mindful of the camera so that online people can also see. Next up, TMoD, Toastmaster Shivansh. First of all, great theme selection because certain themes are close to everyone's hearts and everyone can relate to them. So great work done on that part. You had amazing audience interaction. The meeting was fun and a good work done as a Toastmaster of the day. You also mentioned Ralsei's medley and you gave it back to the stage. Everything was perfect. Few suggestions. I saw that through the most of the time you were not looking at your notebook. It was just there for the introductions and speech titles. So a suggestion that you can have a piece of paper in your pocket or somewhere so that you don't have another object in your hand, hindering with your body language. Next, yeah, you could have made it a bit more formal. I saw the meeting was very informal during the part where you lost the page and everything was happening. So you can work on that. Otherwise, it was a good TMoD session. Next, we have the table topics master, Toastmaster Venkat. A great take as a TTM. A few suggestions. Before you come out to the stage, plan what exactly you want to say. When roles like table topics master or a timer or an hour counter for that matter are considered, people consider that I'll just go onto the stage, give the introduction, and then I'll start with my whatsoever is needed. So, for example, you came as a table topics master. You came onto the stage, but what you had in your mind was, I have to give the topics. You focus on the topics. But then what you could have planned better is how you will introduce yourself in the beginning. So you came and that was seemingly a bit impromptu for your part. So what you can do is write a proper paragraph about what you want to say as an introduction. You could have told that what the table topic is in detail, what are the timings, when the green card or yellow card or red card will be shown, even though the timer already said it. But then it's good for you to reiterate. The topics are good and they were interesting and related to the theme. So great work on topics. Just the introduction could have been better. Now, coming to the general suggestions, the meeting started at 4:45. Now, me being the part of the executive committee, I saw all these things that were happening, but then yes, we could have foreseen them and work better on our part. So that is one note for us to start the meeting on time. Next, the meeting was very informal through the entire course, and even when the speaker was speaking, just for the sake of interaction, we were disturbing the speaker. That should not have been done. And I'm referring to Toastmaster Shail's speech. It was one simple question and entire discussion started with that, which also messed up with the speaker's timing. And these things should be kept in mind and we should maintain the decorum. Other than that, the meeting was great. Everyone was listening to the speakers. People were not using mobile phones and all these things. So a good meeting for that matter. And that's up with my general evaluator report. I'll hand the stage back to the table TMoD Toastmaster Shivansh. What is the topic?
So we're pretty much at the end. And I got the idea of this theme, this meeting, from one of Ed Sheeran music videos, Castle on the Hill. And the best part for me personally of that video was the ending montage. That's the best thing where you talk, where they're told, tell about all of the friends where they are at life at this point. And that is how I'm gonna end my TMoD session too. Talking about our ending montage. I mean, it's still an open-ended book. We're far from death, hopefully. So, straight up first person, Himanshu Jajuria, studying MBBS from Rajasthan and kind of excelling at it. I mean, she's the topper of her college. It's just, I don't know how she does it. Then there's Purva. Again, brilliant professionally, personal life some issues, but who doesn't have them? Then there's Sarthak. Now the thing was, me and Sarthak, we used to share the last two benches at the extreme right corner in our maths class. And our plan was simple. By 12th, then we'll get into some college or the usual backup, the Pani Puri stall. So I got into Arpita and he's currently in IIM. So yeah. But turns out the placements are not that great there either. So the plan is still on. Then there's Aryan. Completed his BTech. Aryan completed BTech?
I don't know.
Completed his BTech. Got into a Fortune 500 company for it. Can he ask for?
Yeah. Aryan Preet Pro.
Then there's Shreya Chaudhary, again pursuing BTech from one of the colleges that I'm not going to name because I'm still kind of jealous.
IIT Bombay.
NIT go, NIT.
Harvard.
Stanford. IIT and Harvard, only my father had those combinations in my circle. Then the last two who are still pursuing BTech because we took a year drop, Shreya Singh and myself. Shreya Singh is currently in Manipal, Jaipur, with a CGPA which is very close to mine, just a different branch, her being CSE, mine being EC. And I think I have shifted my Pani Puri plan more from with Sarthak to with her at this point. And I wanted to know from the general evaluator if the form links have been shared. So the link has been shared. Please all of you do vote it. And has the link been shared to the guests? Please vote. General evaluator just hit me up when the amount of responses are adequate. And till then, we have two guests. Okay, yeah, actually, my bad. The stage goes to the presiding officer now, not the general evaluator.
So with this, we come towards the end of the meeting. I see all of you are voting or have voted. So once we have all the responses, we'll just announce the vote takers. But before that, if any of the guests want to come up onto the stage and give a feedback for how you felt today's meeting or something of that sort. Any volunteers out of the two? Do you have any online volunteers who want to speak about how they felt in the meeting? Ask me. Ask them. Sarvesh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can,
I'm there. Yeah.
yeah. So can you please give us a feedback about today's meeting?
Actually, this is my third meeting, so like um, it was nice only. I mean, like it was different. But one thing I could say was like last meeting I attended was I think the previous one, the little things or something that I couldn't attend, but the previous one was online, so it was before college started. So this one I think it was more fun and more interactive. I mean. Uh, it was better than and also I also see many people attending that. It's just that like since I'm days follow, so I couldn't stay back till 6:30, or else I would, if it was a bit earlier I would have tried to come offline. So it was nice. It was nice.
Thank you, Sarvesh. Yeah, we would definitely look forward to seeing you offline. And I hope you keep attending our meetings and soon we can welcome you to the club. Anyone else? The guests? No one? Please, onto the stage. You can give us a brief feedback of today's meeting.
I'm voting for my But nobody cares. It's going to keep your thoughts. Just get used to the stage, that's all.
Yes. You can go from your place. You can say from your place.
Oh, that guy. So this you get that guy in your part of that.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, bro.
And I saw that the guests were really enthusiastic in the table topic segment and you spoke really well. So congratulations. It obviously takes a lot to come onto the stage and speak on a random topic and you guys just aced it. So great work done. Do we have the responses? Right. So starting with the best of tag team or the LT team. Any guesses or drum rolls?
Sharanya.
So the best of tag team goes to Master Pranav and Linguist. Congratulations. Now the best of table topic speakers.
Viraj.
Wait, there are way too many answers. Okay. Yeah, so drum rolls.
Okay.
Toastmaster Viraj.
Yeah. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you. The best of speech evaluators. Drum rolls. Toastmaster Mansi. Congratulations. Best of Big Four. You want these? Toastmaster Sanidhya. And finally, the best of prepared speeches.
Toastmaster Shail.
It's Toastmaster Shail. I mean, what I observed was the theme of today's meeting and Toastmaster Shail's speech were quite related. Do you guys know each other by any chance?
No, but this is for the first time.
I mean, it's a great coincidence. You guys can hang out together.
And more of.
Sure, it's a
All over again.
So yes, that's congratulations to all the winners. A few round of applause. And with this, we are at the end of the meeting, but then as started by Toastmaster Nikhilesh, anyone wants to come for the launch of anything that you learned today, this week? Yeah, Toastmaster Shivansh.
I would like to start again. No.
Breakup story.
Nine. No. See, academically, I'm not that great. But this couple days back, I applied for this one job, StoneX. Toastmaster Pranav would know about it. And the thing is, I went into the online test. I answered all the aptitude questions and I'm 100% sure they were right. But as soon as the coding part came, 5 questions, straight away I skipped. I didn't even try to attempt because I know I'm not good at coding. And so that happened. Now they asked us to be present at Amriteshwari Hall at 2:30. I reached there. Now in my mind I'm thinking, I didn't attempt coding, I'm not going to get into the next round anyway. I just opened my laptop because since it was Monday, I had to watch the new House of the Dragons episode. So for 1 hour, properly I watched 1 hour, 7 minutes and 11 seconds. I still remember the timing of that.
Oh.
That is completed, and me and a very old member of this club, Shambhavi, we are met around, fooled around, had a lot of fun, and out of nowhere, they're like, here's the shortlist. I don't want to even open it because, I mean, no one likes the rejection. But till I open it, turns out the third name in the shortlisted category was mine. Shell shocked. I go to the technical interview.
Oh, so you guys do know each other.
I go to the technical interview. So now I've already told you I don't know coding. Technical interview, obviously, I don't get selected. I miss out on the job offer and everything. But one thing is, now that I know, is that you can qualify the first round anyways. And the cooling period for StoneX is 6 months. Because straight after the online exam, because I like the company, I just went to their HR people and I'm like, what's the cooling period? No introduction, nothing. Just straight away, what's the cooling period?
Ask them, explain what a cooling period is. Not a
Okay, so the cooling period basically is, suppose you have applied for a company and they have rejected you. There's a certain amount of time which you have to wait before you apply to them again. Else they will not consider your resume. So for them it's 6 months. So to the nice interviewer who became my mentor by the end of that technical interview, I'll see you in hopefully February. And that's all from my side. Back to you.
And you, Toastmaster Shivansh. And with this, the meeting comes to an end. I declare meeting number 255 theme, the 2 most important years closed. Yay! Now open to the network. As it goes,
Photo का खींचेगा.
yeah, please take photographs. Sharanya, please record.
पता है मेरे को.
तुझे कभी पढ़ी भी नहीं.
पता है मुझे. तुम लोग को वही चाहिए होता है यार.
XCOM, please stay back.
Okay.